This is, speaking of writers, I'm Steve Richards. The book is Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? And the author is S.O. Marie. S.O., welcome to this program.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
So what made you decide to write this book, and what is this book all about?
So basically, I wanted to come up with a way to help people in a way, like sexually, because I always wanted to be like a sex therapist instead of like working with people in the mental field. But I had no experience on like school with any type of sex therapy, so I just decided to do it my own way by writing a book and also use it as a healing process for myself from all the, excuse my language, but fucked up relationships. The type of playboys that, you know, want to be the bad guy but kind of mind fuck you and just play with your mind a little bit, make you feel special, and then kind of take that away by making you feel like everything is your fault, and then, you know, like it's your fault why he cheated and all that. So I use this as definitely a healing process for me and also for other women too.
Has it helped you?
It has definitely helped me a lot. Like, in my book, I have written on every end of the chapter a lesson that I learned from that relationship. And honestly, it took me writing this book to realize what lessons I learned from those relationships. And I'm grateful to have them all. To all the guys that I slept with that are in that book, thank you.
Now, did you keep a journal, or is this all from memory?
It's all from memory because each situationship had a lot of awkward sex that was completely memorable. One thing about me, when I do, you know, give my body to somebody, I do remember it.
The book is Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? The author is S.O. Marie. Let's talk about body positivity. What are your thoughts on body positivity?
So on body positivity, I just like to tell people, like, you know, no matter what you look like, you're still beautiful. Like, I'm kind of a big girl, and, you know, I still know how to get down in the bedroom. And a lot of skinny guys pretty much thought, you know, oh, no, this girl's kind of too big. I don't think, you know, I think she's going to squish me. But no, I had them thinking some other stuff. I had them screaming my name. So, yeah, you know, you thought I was going to squish you, but instead, nope. You moaning like you ain't going to find nobody else like me.
Do you have a favorite story?
Yeah, I would say two of my favorite chapters. The first one is the one where getting cuffed up in a coffee shop in New York with somebody I do not know, thinking that this guy's going to kidnap me, but instead he's just kind of extremely weird, you know, wanting to go down orally but not let me do anything.
So talk about sexual fluidity.
So with sexual fluidity, that's something I just encourage people to, like, you know, just explore. It's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with exploring sexual moves or different types of people. I'm trying to make it make sense because, yeah, when it comes to sexual fluidity, nothing makes sense.
And how important is communication?
Communication is just the key to all relationships, any type of relationship, a romantic relationship, a sex relationship. Honestly, communication is key because when you don't have communication, that's kind of when things go bad in the relationship, and also when you kind of feel like a virgin in the bedroom because you don't know what you're doing when you do know what you're doing, but it's like the person you're laying next to, it's like the fact that your bodies are not communicating, you kind of look clueless.
So what's the main message that you would like the readers to take away from this book?
The main message I really want to give out is that, you know, at the end of the day, everybody is worthy, no matter what situation you got yourself into. I mean, yeah, this book does talk a lot about sex, but it's the main reason why I wrote this is so women or anybody, they don't have to, just because they had sex with somebody and the relationship doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that they're not worthy of a real relationship.
We're chatting with S.O. Marie here on Speaking of Writers. Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? Is her very first book. And by the way, it's available at writersrepublic.com. Amazon.com, and also BarnesandNoble.com as well. S.O., what did you learn about yourself after you finished this book?
Well, I definitely learned that I guess I got a freak side to me. I thought I was just having regular sex until people started reading my book and was like, oh, my God, this is too wild. This is so dirty. I'm like, oh, I thought it was simple. But the main thing I learned about myself is that I'm really dedicated to just helping people in a fun way and making a lot of people see their true value. And that's honestly one thing that I'm really good at, is helping people see their true value and that they're worthy of a relationship, and a good one, too.
Has that been the biggest response to this book from your friends and family?
The biggest response, which I also wrote this book for, was everybody just kept saying, oh, my God, this made me laugh so hard. Like, I read this on my bad day, and this was so funny. And that's one thing I do, too. Like, I when I work with people, the first thing I do is make them laugh. That's one thing about me that I love to do, is just make people laugh, even with no filter. And, of course, this book has no filter.
It definitely has no filter and does make you laugh. We're chatting with S.O. Marie. The book is Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? So you wrote one book. Is there going to be a follow-up to this one?
Yes. So I will be doing a second book. It is called Devil Sprung, and it is a fictional story, but it is also something that's going to teach a lot of people that you cannot confuse passionate sex with romantic love. Yes, and that'll be the next book. It's a fictional story called Devil Sprung, and it's definitely going to help women who are dealing with, confusing passion with emotional love.
Did you always like to write?
Yeah, I've always been a good writer, but I just never knew. I never had the courage until now to write about what was always on my mind, because I always worried about people judging me on what I wrote about, but I get judged regardless. So, but I finally just had the courage to finally start writing what I wanted.
So you said you didn't use a journal for this. This was all from memory. With this next book, are you starting to journal?
No, because it's a story. It's not a real story. It's kind of like a movie in a book. Basically, writing my own movie in a book. I'm just going along as I write. I'm not journaling, nothing. I just go along as I write, and that's honestly the only difficult part about being an author, is like the constant creativity. Because you can't force it out. It usually just comes out on its own.
So are you, with this story now, are you writing every day, or you put it aside for a few days and then come back to it?
I put it aside for a few days and come back to it because my creativity just comes out naturally. I honestly cannot force it out.
So you have to be in the mood and in the mode.
Yes. I know people can relate to it. But I'm almost done with it. It will definitely be done by at least the middle of the year.
Well, S.O. Marie has a book out now, her first one. She's working on that second one, but her first one out now is Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? It's a lot of fun, and it's a great little book. And you can get it at writersrepublic.com, Amazon.com, and BarnesandNoble.com. S.O., is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to talk about?
I just want everybody just to enjoy the book, enjoy life, and definitely be careful. Just be careful who you have sex with. That's you get some interesting people, but sometimes it can get a little crazy.
Good advice.
But just live your life to the fullest and no constant one-night stands.
She's S.O. Marie. The book is Who the Hell Did I Have Sex With? Again, it's available at writersrepublic.com, Amazon.com, and BarnesandNoble.com. S.O., thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Steve, for having me.
And this is Speaking of Writers.